it was different than what I had experienced 20 plus years ago. Back in the day, you know, we'd all get out of the water and Pig would take off and he'd be gone, and the rest of the guys would just ride as hard as they could to get to catch up to him, and never did. But perhaps because the distances are longer now, but it just seemed like there was a lot of marking. I was in a I truly felt like a fish out of water. I was just there to learn and watch everybody, so I didn't want to do anything crazy, so to speak. I wanted to stay within myself, and the one rule I had, or the one thing I told myself, is I have to leave here having had a good experience. I mean, I could see myself literally walking on the run, and I didn't want to be in that place, so I just sat back and watched, and when Chris took off, I followed, and that was the move that made the selection. But I think what we were talking about earlier, this whole idea of measuring watts and people really knowing what they can do, that's it. I mean, whether it's an SRM or whether it's a cork or whether it's a power, you know, or a power tap, I mean, people know what they can do for 2 hours. They know what they can do for 4 hours, and they put it there and they leave it there. And any time above that, they know, or we know, that ultimately you're going to pay the price. And so that's, to me, that's sort of it's a math game. And but still, for a while, people are together, and you know, maybe my presence changes that. People realize that if I do get a gap, they're going to have to either let me go or take some risks and try to stay with. But the bottom line is we all have to come back into this concrete parking lot and put on running shoes and run a half marathon, and so we all have to think about that.
So if it is really tactical and people are attacking you, you're just going to stick to your wattage and stay with that, or?
I don't want to get into it. We'll see tomorrow. I don't want to motivate these guys any more than they're already motivated. That's a setup. But yeah, I mean, my goal here, I will tell you, my goal here is to be better than I was in Panama. And when I say better, I don't mean I got second in Panama, so that doesn't mean I want to finish first. That means that I need to be a better athlete or be a better individual athlete tomorrow than I was in Panama. So if I averaged X in Panama, I'd like to average X plus some. If I ran 550s in Panama, I'd like to run 540s. I mean, I need to improve personally just to know that this is going the right direction. If that means I get first or second or 12th, that's okay. But I have to make an improvement from that effort. I don't have to, but I'd like to.
Woohoo!